So Carol Bash leads the way. It is in second place the British driver James Poole. British winners in this championship outright are few and far between. Racking my brains thinking we've ever had one before. But James Poole goes over the timing line and he's on the tail then now of Bash as they go down towards turn one. There's another car that's slow look coming over the timing line. That's Ortiz from third place. As we go racing, Felipe Ortiz has slowed right down. So Brokers and Licorish's car, Stephen Licorish at the wheel, gets up to third place. And there in the background, you see Felipe Ortiz having to pull to one side and park the car. So more drama even in the last 6.5 minutes of the race. Bash leads the way. James Poole needs to get on his toes here and get onto terms with him as the rest of the cars go down through the Rethifilia for the first time. Out of the Rethifilia up now towards the Curva Grande and then towards here, the Variante della Roggia. Overall situation to sort out, class results to sort out as well, and under 6 minutes of the race remains here as the cars accelerate towards the Lesmos. Double apex right-hander through which they will turn, speed building all the while on the run up towards the Variante Ascari. The race leader is getting away. Fair play this to Carol Bash, because James Poole, who admittedly is new to Lamborghinis but has done a lot more car racing, is not being able to stay with him. Felipe Ortiz is no longer in third place, so it's Stephen Licorish running third, heading Pro-Am. Could be a great result this for the British driver, and that's the Felipe Ortiz car that ground to a halt coming over the line. So it wasn't a puncture, it was something mechanical or electrical, but the car just did not pick up pace, did it, when everybody else's did. And so he is out. The leaders now drop down towards the Parabolica once more. 5 minutes to go, and it's 50 minutes, come what may. There's no extra lap added on at the end. It's 50 minutes the first time the leader crosses the line. So, out of the Parabolica, over the line will go Bash. James Poole in second place. Can he bring down the gap? No, he's dropping away. Bash is pulling clear, no pun intended. And there are two drivers being given a 30-second penalty at the end of the race, one of which will be Jose Collado, and the other one is going to be Hans Fabry. So these are AM and Lamborghini Cup drivers largely getting the pit stops wrong, who have been given a penalty. Yellow flag on the approach now to the Rethifilia because of the parked car. But Carol Bash looks like he's set for a great debut here, pulling away. Second is James Poole. Third it is now a change, because up has gone Joop van Outert ahead of Stephen Licorish. Now Licorish is under pressure because he's being caught hand over fist by number 46, which is Takashi Kasai. So the Pro-Am situation could well, may even be now about to change, as all the time Licorish starts to lose pace. They're going through is 72, which is now Kiko Calviati. He's hustling on, being taken over from Jeffrey Donada. So I think, yes, already Stephen Licorish is falling away, dropping back. We've had that change in Pro-Am, as there you've got Carol Bash coming up towards the Variante Ascari. Hard on the brakes, James Poole still running in second place. There third, Joop van Outert, getting better and better and better all the time. This is the next Euro Bull in fourth. You've got to wait, but here it is. And it is now Takashi Kasai ahead of Kiko Galbiati, and another car has ground to a halt on the way down to the Parabolica and offline. So why are we having the... It's like they're in limp home mode and can't pick up. Yellow flag way for another car that's ground to a halt. And as I say, Stephen Licorish now is the one that's lost his class lead and is falling back into the clutches of others. Galbiati really pushing hard now. He and Jeffrey Donada working their way up the order. Sixth they are. Replay here of more dramas coming in towards the Rethifilia. Late on the brakes, get it wrong, hit the grass. Everybody comes to a stop virtually to avoid a spinning Cyril Lima, whose association with Lamborghini Super Trofeo goes back to its very early days in small grids. And then, having survived the big spin, he manages to clobber the markers in the escape road. Kiko Galbiati, who came into the championship really at the World Final event at the end of 2016, it was an instant hit. The adopted Romanian Italian goes through past yet another stricken car. So it's bizarre, late race, we're losing all of these cars. You can see them stop on the side of the road, and the one that you've just seen was Milos Pavlovic. Was out of the AM Cup. Milos Pavlovic is being given a penalty for not respecting the pit lane time limit. So Milos Pavlovic, whose car started in the pits, has the pit lane as its undoing, and 66 is grinding to a halt as well now. That's Andrei Lewandowski, who was going well third in the AM Cup, but not anymore. Lewandowski peels to one side and comes to a stop. What is going on? It's almost like they're low on fuel as well, isn't it now? So can't be, surely, but it gives you that impression. Another spin in the background. That's the Massimo Mantovani and Davide Venditti car that goes around. There's another pit lane penalty being given as you look at Galbiati making his move. Let's get this out of the way because Galbiati goes fourth and up on the inside of Kasai. So Kiko Galbiati presses on up into fourth place overall. They're also charging through his number 92, which is the Lucas Rassenbacher, Lucas Maron car. 55 is the penalised one, however, which is Miro Konopka. He's been given a 1.5 second penalty for a pit lane infringement, as the race leaders will start their last lap. Come on, James Paul, this is your moment. He's got to get onto terms, and he's being caught as well by the charging Job van Houten, so he can't afford to hang about. And now the leader slows. Bash has got a problem as they come over the line. Through goes Paul, through goes Van Houten, and through as well the Lap Conrad car. That is Gerhard Ferraza. So now there's another one in trouble, and it doesn't look tyre related. It looks as though Karel Bash has just run low on fuel. The car slows and doesn't pick up pace, and we've seen 3, 4, 5 of them in this situation in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the race. It's bizarre. So James Paul leads, but can he keep out of trouble? Towards the Variante della Roggia they come. James Paul it is, who goes through the left and the right onto the power now. In second place, it is Job van Houten. So James, with a good track record already this year in the Middle East Championship, he's raced in Asia. He's become Mr. Lamborghini, hasn't he? And tell me if I'm wrong, the first British driver to win outright in Lamborghini Super Trofeo. In second spot behind him, Job van Houten, who is close but can't quite get himself onto terms. But what a debut for Job van Houten and for Giacomo Altoe. Ignore the Conrad car behind because Gerhard Ferraza was 2 laps down, but showing the pace that he would have been capable of, but for the early puncture that affected Axel Jeffries. In third place, then, it is going to be Kiko Galbiati, but he's quite some way back in the white car that we'd seen a little while ago, gaining places. So, 1 corner to go. James Paul here provisionally to make history. I think I'm right in saying this, by being the first British driver to win outright in Super Trofeo. Comes through a Parabolica, and behind him, Job van Houten. Then you've got the run to the line. It's going to be only about a second, if that, between the two of them. But James Paul and Kelvin Snooks are going to win for the first time. Or are they? No, because on the line, Paul slows, and it is Van Houten that goes through. Job van Houten wins by 98 thousandths of a second. Did James Paul have a problem, or did he lift too early? He's gone slowly over the timing line and slowly down the pit straight. So Job van Houten on the line grabs the win by 98 thousandths of a second. Paul ends up second. Galbiati is third. Fourth goes the way of Vlacic and Kasai. Fifth to Blonto de Kuyla, and sixth to Rassenbacher and Maron. There is James Paul. Still moving. But did he lift too early? Or has he got a problem? He's got a problem, because I think he's trying to pull off the circuit there and almost drives into the path of somebody else. So James Paul had a problem, and that might have been fuel related if that's what's affecting everybody else. But look at the dead car park down at turn 1. And James Paul didn't have enough to quite get over the line, plus potentially gave a tow anyway to Job van Houten, which would have helped. What a bizarre race. Fascinating, but what a bizarre race. And so, huge disappointment for James Paul and Kelvin Snooks. Another one in the gravel. Crikey, it's going to take ages to clear this up, isn't it? Cars everywhere. And as the field trickles through,